Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We are here for Thursday morning with LindaZ, and we have myself, Debbie, and Mary.
And I'm here, Mary.
Mary's here today, our store manager, and we wanted to talk about an event that we had just this past weekend with a Pfaff educator who came in.
Oh, she was awesome.
Karen Charles came in for a 2-day class, and we had a ball.
Yes, we did.
And Pfaff sent in some machines for us for that event.
And what do we have left over?
We have a couple of them left over. And before we send them back, we just wanted to let some of you other people. So normally the event pricing on these machines is reserved for those who sign up for the event.
Only at the event, correct.
However, we decided that we wanted to talk about this brand. This is a brand new machine from Pfaff. And we just wanted to talk about some of the features today.
Yes.
And then before we send the extra ones that we had from the event back to Pfaff, we just wanted to let them know.
You might be able to take one home.
Yes, absolutely. So we want to talk about the features and what these machines have. This is the Creative Performance 950.
Correct.
And so it's the newest machine that Pfaff has made.
Sewing and embroidery.
Sewing and embroidery. And it's got 12.2 inches from the needle to the inside of the throat here. So you've got a large space. The embroidery space, the largest hoop that comes with this machine
is this one right here.
Which is in millimeters, the 360
by 260. So it's roughly, here, we'll measure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Because millimeters and inches,
they don't
play nice together in my head anyway.
So it's about 11.
A little bit more than
by 15 and a half. You have to save a little bit of room for the embroidery foot, but that's a good size hoop. And it comes with 3 hoops, that being the largest.
It's a little square one, which is something like almost 5 by almost 5.
Right.
And then a mid-size, mid-range
6 by 10, something like that.
Something like that. And then what you can do is you can purchase, and
it's big.
Come see us because we might be able to help you with that.
It's called the Grand Dream hoop.
And that's 360 by 350.
Correct.
And
which is about 14 by 14-ish.
Yeah, a little bit more than 14 by 14. And it's a beautifully big hoop.
Yes, it is.
And so that does fit on this machine. And
which is great.
See us about that because we might be able to work something out if you do end up buying this machine. But we do have a couple extras, and so we just wanted to spread the love, spread the word.
Spread the word.
What can Pfaff do, Mary? We have some samples of some of the stitches.
Some of the stitches.
Are exclusive to Pfaff, and Karen had so many samples made up in the room. We have just some swatches.
So, decorative stitches.
This one is the Radiance stitch. I don't know if you can see. Should I hold it up like that? These are Radiance stitches that are in the sewing function. You can actually bring them into embroidery also.
Correct.
But in the sewing function, you could, for example, on the Radiance of this cute little girl's dress, these are Radiance stitches in a curved formation that go all around the collar of this dress. So it stitches and then it goes down to do a decorative portion of around, and it goes around the Radiance. And that is
all the way to the back too.
Amazing. And so that is something that is proprietary to Pfaff, and we love that. There are a bunch of them built into this machine. You just saw 2 of them right here, the one on the collar and this sample. But Mary, there are also ribbon stitches that are built in.
Ribbon stitches are really, really cool to both do and watch being done. They have a single ribbon stitch, a double ribbon stitch, and a triple ribbon stitch.
This is correct.
And
again, you could do them in sewing very easily. And
yes,
so
they're
the
done
machine actually moves back and forth
and stops
from each side, and you fold the ribbon going back and forth. Look at this beautiful ribbon stitch on this girl's dress once again. That's a single ribbon stitch, but it could have been multiple colors or multiples of the same. And so if it becomes braided at some point, it looks so pretty.
If you didn't have a little girl to make a dress for, bookmarks.
Oh, bookmarks. Beautiful idea.
Some of us still read hardback books and not on the. I'm one of them.
I am too. I've got so many books at home, but I love that idea. That's a great idea. What else do we have here?
We have stacking stitches where you're allowed to take 2 different stitches. You sew one down and finish that, and then you go back up and you pick the matching mate to that stacking stitch and sew it down again. So that's kind of cool.
And those are built in as pairs together already in the machine. So you choose those. And again, the machine moves for you. You can use your foot pedal or
just go without the foot pedal and do the push button.
That's
start
correct.
And stop.
That's correct. That reminds me one thing about this machine is that when you're in the embroidery mode, and the project that we made over the 2-day class with Karen was a perfect example. It was a beautiful zip pouch, and some of the embroidery, but what I wanted to say was, wait, hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
We were pushing the foot control during embroidery. So that means that you don't have to push the start stop and then have the machine just go away with, doing the embroidery. You can start and stop with your foot. You control the start and stop on the embroidery design, stitch out, with your foot.
But you don't have to continuously be on the foot control for that.
You actually do. If you're going to control it, you're holding
if you're going to control it.
Yes,
okay.
you are. And then when you lift up, it stops. So if you have something delicate that you're trying to stitch down, you can actually control how many stitches.
That's kind of a cool feature.
It is a cool feature. Very, very cool feature. What are these? These are floating stitches.
These are floating stitches.
And there are a bunch of the floating stitches also built into the Pfaff machines. And so we did some on our project this weekend too.
So what this did was we picked a stitch. We had stabilizer, and we actually had the fabric folded in half on the stabilizer. And when you're all done stitching, you open it up. Those of you who are familiar with my other favorite subject, sergers, it's similar but not exact like the flat lock. You have to open up the fabric. And when you open up the fabric, your stitches between each of these decorative stitches has disappeared into the seam line. That's why they call them the floating stitches, because all you see is the decorative stitch. You don't see the line adjoining them, which is really cool.
So basically, if you look at this, you have a white piece of fabric and a black piece of fabric that we've sewn together using floating stitches as the seam. And you can also do this same process on just one piece of fabric.
Yes,
when you
and do it on the fold.
Putting the right sides together and creating on the fold with the stabilizer behind it.
So you wouldn't have to join.
So you wouldn't have to join. But speaking of stabilizer and decorative stitches, there's one more on this dress that is so beautiful, and that is also a Pfaff exclusive, and that is this beautiful scalloped edge on the sleeve, which runs off of the edge of the fabric.
Right.
And so that, again, you're going to use some water soluble
we would have used on that Wet and Gone.
Wet and Gone, that is correct. And then once you finish the stitching, you rinse it away, and it's beautiful. They're floating right there on the edge, off the edge of the fabric. So those are just some of the decorative stitches that are built into the Pfaff. What are some of the other features? We've got
the original IDT, which the original built-in walking foot is what we call it.
I don't know if you can see what I'm doing back there, but is this this black foot that is engaged into some of the presser feet that Pfaff has, and it does create the feed dogs on the top and feed dogs on the bottom. And so whatever slippery fabrics or whatever fabrics you want to just control a little bit more.
Right.
And then you can also do quilting with that too.
Yes, you can.
That's just
because it fits quite a few of their feet.
And speaking of quilting, look at this 5.5-inch space in here.
Nice.
Beautiful lighting. I've been in classrooms where you've got 50 of these machines in the classroom, and they don't need light in the room, and it's just glowing.
Because we've got the nice light.
The light is so beautiful. We've actually turned it down for our studio here, but it does get a lot brighter than this, and you can control that in the settings.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so you can do your free motion quilting.
Free motion quilting. It comes with the darning foot. It comes with the free motion foot. It comes with, I think,
Stitch in the ditch foot. It comes with that also because we used it during the project. So that's also a very, very useful foot.
Yes.
It's got the guide right down the center.
Right down the middle.
So that's really, really great.
Some of the other features.
There are so many.
There's so many.
Oh, let's go in. So we can go in here and we can show you for example, in the embroidery. For example, also, the Learning Center is right there, the user's manual. It's
Wi-Fi
capable.
Capable.
Right? So you can be on your computer and
send a design to it.
Designs. You can actually, if you are a MySewnet subscriber, and you want to be a member of the library, the MySewnet membership, right? If you become a subscriber to that, you can, when you just do the minimum subscription, you get the silver software.
Right. There's a couple of different levels, and they can call the store for more information. There's silver, gold and platinum.
right? And so you gain different editing functions as you go
With
up.
each one.
And it's just the silver, we were talking about that with Karen, how much you get just by having that minimal subscription. It's amazing because there's almost 10,000 designs that are built into the library. And you can, go in there and you can actually see them on your machine. You can
pick and choose them and send them.
Go up to
wirelessly.
Wirelessly. So it's really great. The user's guide, the user's manual is actually built into the machine, but you do get a manual with the machine also. Because we were talking about how we love books. You can use your bookmark.
You can use your bookmark
in your manual, which should be great. And then if we go into, for example, the embroidery side of the machine.
You just heard the feed dogs drop automatically.
Right. And so it wants to calibrate the arm there. So we're going to let it calibrate really quickly. And then we're going to see some of the menu that's here. And I just think this is so fun. I mean, for example, I did a video not too long ago on another brand that shall not be mentioned right now.
Okay.
And I was doing a shape creator for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I mean, and
we have that in here too.
You can do create the shape so easily just by creating a shape, and then you can go into the shape files and look. There's a heart for Valentine's Day, and I mean, look how the heart came up so quickly. And look, I can put words inside my heart so quickly.
Or initials,
or
bring in some stitches.
Exactly. And so it's just very, very cool that, you've got these different, these are applique figures. You could actually create letters with applique right away. You can do a whole banner with applique letters. I just thought that was very cool. These are more solid letters and shapes that you can put in there. And
they've made it user-friendly.
Exactly. So these are shapes that I had the heart up there already. But what I could do is I could, resize it. I can move it. I can rotate it. I can do all of these things in this.
Bring in a second one.
And bring in a second one and do all. Right. So it's amazing how that's just the shape creator. And there are so many other features inside
I like the question mark. Pfaff has the question mark where you can touch the question mark and touch an icon, and it'll tell you what it is. And
so I touched the Wi-Fi, and it said I touched the question mark and then the Wi-Fi next to it. It said disable Wi-Fi here, connect to a network from the list of available networks, and then you can just learn more about that too. So that's just the question mark. But once you actually go in there, that's how you can set up your Wi-Fi, and that just shows what different modems are available for connection right there. So if you have one at home, you can just immediately set up your machine to have that Wi-Fi capability right away. So that's pretty cool. What else so there's the time on there. You have so many different editing functions, so many different functions, and just wanted to, you can bring up and save files. We had, the project that we made is still there. That's kind of fun. Yeah, we can, we can show everyone. That was really fun. So we had a project in the hoop, and so you can see that there were, you can't really see there, but we did.
There were several different steps.
We did an applique with a font on there, and then we actually added a zipper in the hoop to our project.
How cool is that?
That's
who would know that you wouldn't have to sew it in? You can embroider in a zipper.
So any of these digitizing companies, they make these projects that are in the hoop projects. There's a portal on the side. You just plug in your jump drive, and you can just go. You just make your design then at that point. From anywhere. Otherwise, you can plug your, you can get from the Wi-Fi, send it directly, any of those projects too.
And I bet my SewNet has a couple out there too.
Oh my gosh,
I'm sure they do.
We saw so many. Karen was showing us so many of those on my SewNet this past weekend. It was amazing. So, there's just, that was kind of the edge of the iceberg, as they say, the tip of the iceberg. Do you have any other?
No, just that it has you can't see it here, but on the lid, we have different categories of stitches. So there are hundreds, if not a couple of thousand stitches built into this machine.
You don't necessarily use all of these, but they're so beautiful.
They're there for when you need them. Somebody will say, I don't need that many. Well, you'll grow into it, and it'll be there for the day you do need it. You don't know what you need until you don't have it. This way you have it.
I know. I was saying to the customer that I don't use the parallel park on my car, but it's there for one day when I do want to use that button.
Especially
that will
with
park
yes.
my car for me, without me.
I envy that.
It won't be a 15-point turn. It will just go right in.
Just right in. So it'll walk you through, for instance, the ribbon stitches are
over here,
and it'll walk you through how to do it.
All of their exclusive stitches are in menu 8 over here, which is fabulous. And then they have...
You've got tapering, you've got scallops. So
and different fonts that are really fun. I can just see how much fun different things we can do.
Oh, yeah.
So
you could get into some trouble with this machine, so give us a call.
It will help you get into trouble for sure. And there might be some financing available. We just have to talk about that.
Right.
And so please give us a call. And anything else that we wanted to mention for today?
No, other than there's a nice machine.
All kinds of events that are coming up at LindaZ's. Don't hesitate to look at our calendar on our website and come and enjoy. There's so many coming up.
There are so many. So, yes, we're getting back into the event season, and there isn't a month or a couple of weeks that go by without an event being planned.
That is correct. And for example, we have Urge to Surge.
Urge to Surge.
We have a Embroidery for Newbies class.
Embroidery for Newbies.
We have Sandra Zwick coming from Bernina, which is awesome.
So
we have Trevor Conkergood
coming. We have OESD coming. We have... What else did I hear about?
Oh, we have so many. I mean, I'm going to be doing a canvas, floor canvas class.
Yeah, you have to give me the dates on that.
I will be doing that in the next couple of months for sure. And I also will be teaching 3 of the Kimberbell classes that are back. We're going to have 3
Kimberbell. That's the one I couldn't remember.
Brand new Kimberbell classes. And so be on the lookout for those fun classes.
They'll be in the newsletter.
All right. So thank you all for joining us. Enjoy your Thursday, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.